the start. This is the Ballarat line upgrade. I'll start with a conceptual line-wide framework. Ballarat line upgrade, or BLU project, provides transport infrastructure to the Ballarat train line through increasing frequency and reliability of train services and providing new stations and commuter facilities. The state's significant project provides important investment in public transport, connecting regional Victoria to metropolitan Melbourne, and provides the necessary infrastructure for future growth and investment into regional Victoria. The first one I'll start with is Rockbank train station. You can see here it's really a greenfield site with some brownfield over to the right. There is a precinct structure plan, and this is the location of the station, the new station, and it was important that we provided linkages to the station and the planned future precincts. This is our plan, this is our pedestrian bridge, the platforms through here, station forecourt, new parking and bus stops through here, so intermodal transport. I've included this slide to show you, this is the station forecourt that's got I guess good wayfinding principles. As soon as you come through the station, straight up over to the other platform, and through here is the downward platform to the other side. This is inside the I guess the pedestrian bridge. You can see on this one it was quite robust and quite purposeful, and that's the reason for so many skylights through the top through there. I'll talk a little bit more about that. But the whole philosophy behind there's 5 different train stations. What we tried to do was dematerialise the facade and just make them lighter as we moved away from central Melbourne. You can see this one here, the detailing is quite robust, almost military-like. And as we move closer to stations like Ballan and Bacchus Marsh, we really started to lighten up the facade materials using polycarb and perforated materials. And you can see there the use of those materials. Integration of allied disciplines, landscaping, we use the integration of Aboriginal artwork. These projects are heavily engineered, MEP, vertical transport, acoustic, pedestrian, disability consultants, camera lighting. I guess the list goes on, and I could talk for another couple of minutes about that. This one here is Cobblebank Station, again a greenfield site with a little bit of industrial zone to the south, and the future urban design framework plan that we had to work with. Sorry, that's a slideshow there. The urban, so we looked at how we would best deal with this project. We worked very closely with council and community groups. Program resolution, functional performance is assessed against the brief. The stations have become important community spaces, cross-corridor urban connectors. They've become central to the planning of the future of urban centres, moving commuters between platforms and at the same time taking into account urban design framework to provide local development and aspirations. The upgrade of the stations facilitated the increase in frequency and reliability of train services. This one's an important one because not only did we duplicate the tracks through here, but then there's quadruplication of tracks planned through here on the other side. So our new station platforms, ramps and pedestrian bridges needed to accommodate for these 2 new tracks that would come at a later stage. So you can see there the planning and extension of those. So new forecourt, new parking, bus interchange, quite a complicated station there. That's a shot of the station. Very tight budgets, but finally detailed. We didn't have a lot to work with. That's the overpass, and just a view through the perforations down into the new platforms. And so we used, these were repeated across all stations through there. So sustainable initiatives, Green Star rating of 4, ISCA rating of 7, which is excellent. Heat island effect reduction, collection of distinct waste, active transport facilities, low maintenance design and active ventilation. I'll go through the Bacchus Marsh station now, which you probably all know Bacchus Marsh. Bacchus Marsh station is a heritage station just located here, brownfield site. So working closely at understanding the different zonings and how we were to deal with that. Prior to the refurbishment of the station, pedestrians had to travel up through here, so this was quite an important link. Here is the existing heritage building and existing heritage turntable. So new pedestrian bridge, platform, ramps, new car park and facilitation. On the other side, there's bus stops through here, kiss and ride, disabled parking. So relationship to built form and context and accessibility to different modes of transport. It was a requirement to future-proof for additional station buildings and tracks. The precinct structure plan was taken into consideration to assist not only station pedestrian flow, but also accommodate linking of the different precinct zones. Passive surveillance and wayfinding were always at the forefront of positioning built form.
Sorry, 2 minutes.
This one's Bacchus Marsh Station. You can see here the softening of the facade forms. I've included this slide to show the relationship between the heritage and the new pedestrian bridge. You can see the inspiration from the roof forms over to the new one there. The land station, here this one's interesting, as you can see that the town centre's growth was stunted due to the physical barrier that the train line provided. So it was our remit to provide cross connection. So there was future planning of residential and mixed use zones through here. So we really looked hard on how we could provide that connection. Again, heritage building through here. And again, relationship of the new works compared to the heritage. Public and cultural benefits are pretty obvious, linking regional communities to each other and at the same time linking those communities back to Melbourne, increasing accessibility to recreation, educational facilities and art precincts, increase the frequency and reliability of trains, promoted work within the communities and jobs outside those communities, better social benefits and health services, and it's a vehicle for social cohesion. I've included this one to show the framing of the heritage water tank through there. That's a rezoning of the land that's taking place there. Cost value outcomes, modularising structures so that they were built off-site, lifted into place, facilitation of pedestrian overpasses and removal of level crossings as better connected communities, and standardised detailing meant repetitive process-driven work, methodologies increasing construction facilities. This one is just a shot of the trusses, and that just shows how we changed the truss on every station. These are some of the facade, how we implemented the facade solutions. Windaree Station is the last one. I know we're running a little bit low on time. This one here, we've got 2 new tracks in the future to go through here. So you can see the allowance of the connection of a pedestrian bridge to link into that was quite important. They've all got disabled ramps. And just to finish up, these station upgrades and pedestrian bridges have become community connectors, intermodal transport facilitators, end and start of trip transport indicators, urban design markers, precinct planning and enablers. Unexpected outcome was that as a result of the pandemic, regional Victoria became more accessible to metropolitan Melbourne. Regional Victoria house prices have increased and become more attractive places to live. Those cities experiencing the most growth are those with good accessible public transport.